From high school ball in Texas to Knoxville, H-Town, and Kalamazoo, where he finished his career as a Central Michigan Chippewa and MAC West champion, Quinten Dormady, welcome to Springball Boulevard, now with the Orlando Guardians and the hottest quarterback in the XFL currently. Thanks for joining us today, Quinten. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
So before we jump headfirst into football, I did want to touch a little bit on your background. More importantly than the quarterback of the Orlando Guardians, you're the father of two beautiful twin baby girls. And I'm not sure if a lot of people know the background story here. We're the same age, and I think you've been through a hell of a lot more adversity in your life, in football and your life, than I have. That's for sure. Yeah. If you're comfortable, tell us a little bit about the trying experience that came with the birth of your twins, yeah, and how that maybe changed your life forever.
Yeah. So I actually have three. I have a 2.5-year-old as well. Little girl. So she's enjoyed watching dad play and come to games. And she actually understands. And then obviously the twins, I have a boy and a girl. So I got my boy out of the deal. So hopefully he plays, but we'll see.
Oh, wow.
So no, but like you said, I mean, it was a tough experience. As parents, it's something that you don't want to have to go through. So just to give the background for everyone listening, I have boy-girl twins that were born at 24 weeks. My wife went into labor pretty much in the middle of the night, and we got up to one of the best hospitals in Nashville, in the country, really, but at Vanderbilt, and they were born at 24 weeks. They had about a 50% chance to live, and had an emergency C-section. They were born at 1.5 pounds, and spent 4 months in the NICU. And you know, there was a lot of ups and downs there, but overall, definitely from stories and from like my wife's friends who have gone through similar things, for them to both, one, be alive, and two, to you know, be healthy, is definitely a miracle. So yeah, definitely tough experience in the life aspect, and then like you said, football hasn't been any easier. So happy that, you know, everything turned out good and everyone's healthy and good, and you know, but part of life, and God has us and has our back, and you know, we're definitely happy about that. So
yeah, I think it's definitely part of parenthood that sometimes you can take things for granted, just looking forward to finally being able to meet your child. And you just never know. You really, really never know what it's going to throw at you, and the amount of adversity that both you and your wife faced. That's just an incredible story. And I wanted to make sure that people know that first, that you're a great father before just a football player.
Appreciate
but
that.
This is a football show, so we'll get into it a little bit. How do you think that whole experience then impacted your career?
That's a good question. I think, you know, kind of reflecting back, I don't think there's much more in life that's going to be tougher than that situation. Puts life into perspective, obviously, that anything can be taken from you in an instant. Don't like to think about the what ifs or what could have happened, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And like I said, we're thankful that, you know, it turned out the way it did. And you know, I think that kind of, you know, like I said, put life into perspective. Football isn't the only thing. You know, my family means everything to me, and you know, for you know, I posted on my Instagram story a couple. I guess it was after this game. My whole family was down there, so got to take a picture on the field with the whole family, and I posted that they're my why. That's why I play. You know, they're the reason that I'm still doing this. You know, through the ups and downs of even this season. Definitely grateful for them to you know, be part of my support system. and grateful that they're on my side. And that's why I'm still playing. That's why I think I'm playing well, is because I do have a good support system, and not only for my family, obviously, but my teammates. They've been there for me through the ups and downs of this season, and that's what makes great teams. So obviously, trying to turn the season around here at the end and get some wins. So.
And I think it's a true illustration of your character. Obviously, we live in a social media age. You talk about being on Instagram and stuff, where I think the situation you went through this year probably would have broke a lot of guys, especially guys who may have not had like a negative experience in their life like you had already witnessed. So it goes to show you just keep doing the same things every day. You don't get too far away from who you truly are. And I don't think a lot of people probably expected you to stay with Orlando with 7 other teams in the league. We see a lot of quarterbacks moving around, Paxton now in San Antonio. So for you to really stick with Orlando and the coaching staff to trust you to start the second half of the season is really cool. Going back a little bit before Orlando, you have 3 different schools. What was it like to be a starting quarterback in the SEC back in 2017 and kind of deal with the tail end of the Butch Jones era? Obviously that staff recruited you, and then having to make a decision when there's a complete new regime coming in at the end of your, sophomore, junior year?
Yeah, at the end of my junior year there. College was definitely a massive roller coaster. It was, there were a lot of good things that came out of Tennessee. I think, obviously, God puts his toughest soldiers through the toughest situations. And I think, he put me through a lot, but it's made me who I am today, and as well as the life stuff that I've been through. So I'm don't wish to change anything, but it was college was tough. Obviously, like you said, got caught the tail end of the disaster, I guess you could say, really, that Tennessee kind of went through there for a few years, and ultimately decided to move on and went to Houston, and ended up I had shoulder surgery there at the end of my junior year, after they decided to go a different way at quarterback. So I got shoulder surgery that I was playing injured with, and ultimately went down to Houston and had a red shirt. My shoulder just wasn't quite ready, but got to meet some cool people. I see the D-Eric picture there in the picture.
Yeah, I had to throw that up.
Yeah, D King's my guy, man. He's awesome dude. So
I think he was showing off a little bit. I think when he came in, he's like, let me show Quinten. He's getting too many reps. Let me show off and throw this insane touchdown pass. Probably the play of the year.
I obviously talked to him after the game. It's like, dude, that was freaking wicked. I mean, that was an absolutely unreal throw. And then I get back here and turn on the TV, and it was number 4 on SportsCenter. Then it went to number 3, and it was that play. And I'm like, Jesus, it's gonna. But no, I texted him right then. I was like, dude, that number 3 on SportsCenter, nice job. That was a wicked play. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime type play, man. But no, so I met some good people there, and ultimately from there, that staff got fired. So second staff that kind of got fired, and then went to Central Michigan, and had a great staff, at SEC caliber staff up there. And at that point, that being my 5th year in college, I'm an older guy. I'm married at that point, and I just wanted to play ball, and didn't care about facilities. We were in trailers because they were building the new facility that's there now, and but I mean, it was an awesome experience. Really loved playing ball up there, and put everything into perspective. It's not about the diamonds and the glitz and the glam and all that stuff. It's ultimately about playing ball, and that's what I've said about this league and most of my interviews is we're all here to play ball and have fun, right? I mean, football's a game. It's an awesome game that we can play and get paid to play. So it's an awesome experience. But I wouldn't trade anything as far as college experience goes. There's a reason that we go through stuff, and maybe that's why I'm here now. If I didn't go to 3 different schools. Who knows? But it all worked out.
Yeah, and I love watching the MAC. I think Coach McElwain is a big reason why. Always fun. And you had Charlie Fry as your OC,
Yeah.
which is really cool, a guy with a lot of NFL experience. So
Yeah.
moving on to the Orlando Guardians here. I was there in Camping World Stadium week 4 against Houston, where it seemed like the season hit a turning point, where it was either like get blown out in the rest of the season, give up, just write it off completely, or turn things around, go out to Vegas, play in one of the games of the year, and come out of that moment knowing, hey, we're really good offensively. We just need to have a more complete effort. I think a lot of the reasons you guys were losing games were special teams related as well. So do you share that? Like, did week 4 for you guys kind of seem like it was the low point of the season? And then how is the morale change in these past 3 weeks in the locker room and just the overall culture and practice and in the team meetings right now?
Yeah, I mean, week 4, that was my last week that I wasn't with the team, so can't really speak to that part of it. But whenever I did get back here, I guess it was right after that game because week 5 was Vegas, I think, right?
Yeah.
When I got back, we had some hard conversations as a team, and kind of ironed everything out from the mess that had happened there. And but I mean, I thought from then on, I mean, everyone's been supportive of me, and we kind of just put it all behind us and went out and played ball. And then, like you said, Vegas was an awesome game, but like you said, just didn't really play a complete game as far as offense, defense, special teams goes, and just kind of ran out of time there at the end. But since I've been back, it's been awesome. I mean, been in really close games, and just haven't put it all together. And then last week to put it together against the best team in the league was something special. And I think we've been had high spirits. For the last 3 weeks, it's just about let's go out and put it together. Let's continue to have fun. Like I said, football is a game. We're getting paid to do it, and that's something that not many people can say. So just trying to build off of it, go out and continue to have fun, playing the game that we all love, and see what happens there at the end of the season.
Going to ask you one more before we let you go here, Quinten. I always thought, even coming into the season, that they did a really good job putting this roster together offensively from a skill position player standpoint. So obviously Cody Latimer, I think he's the most NFL ready guy in the league. I mean, every single week he's there. You got Eli, Charleston. The list goes on and on. The 2 running backs have been phenomenal. Now you add KD Cannon in there, who makes a great catch. Jordan Thomas. Everybody coming together and playing together. But that the narrative is going to be you're the savior because the season turned around when you came in. How do you make sure that the other guys who went through all that hell that you kind of missed out on are also like part of the picture too? Because everyone's going to put it on your shoulders. They're going to be like, if Quinten Dormady's playing, we'll win. If not, we'll lose. How is that kind of a mix? Because it's been everybody, not just you, that's been in this turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you said that. Because I can say it as much as I want in any interview. I mean, I've continued to say that if the O-line doesn't block, if the running backs don't, put their head in there for the hard-earned yards, if the receivers, don't run the right routes and catch the ball and make spectacular plays, then, I mean, I'm just a guy out there, right? So, I mean, this is 100% a team effort, and that goes for everyone on the team, defense included. I mean, they've completely turned it around and are playing as hard as they can. I mean, there ain't no quit in this team, and there never will be. Like you said, the coaches have put together a really good team, so that's a credit to them. And Shane's calling really good games offensively, and I'm just out there dishing it out to the real playmakers. So. That's part of the quarterback position is you get all the fame and you get all the crap that comes with it when you're losing. But I'll continue to talk about my guys because they're special players and they all contribute. And even it's a tough situation here. Like you said, we're stacked as far as skill position goes. I mean, we can't even dress guys that would be playing on probably just about any other team in the league. So that's tough. But I mean, it's awesome from my perspective because I got a ton of weapons and we can roll guys in and out, and everyone's making plays. So yeah, really appreciative of those guys. Blocking up front, running hard, and the receivers making plays and doing what they're doing. Makes my job really easy and makes it a lot of fun to go out there and complete a lot of balls. So.
Well, Quinten, we want to thank you for taking time to be with Springball Boulevard today. There were moments in that Player 54 documentary where kind of at the end of the show, you see T-Buck and he's in the corner of the locker room and you just feel the pain. I hope Player 54 goes back and shows the complete turnaround that has been this second half of the season. Because as you know, it's not always wins and losses. You have to just improve every week. And regardless of what the scoreboard says, since week 5, you guys have gotten better every week. Now you have a late playoff push here the rest of the season. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the season. You handed my DC Defenders the first loss. That was really tough for me.
I bet.
You ruined my perfect season, and now I have no choice but to root for you the rest of the way. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
And hopefully get in touch with you soon here. Thanks, Quinten. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys. I really do appreciate it.